All right, deductive reasoning is the process of using reasoning using given and previously known facts that reach a logical conclusion. It is step by step by step. So we're going to use postulates, we're going to use definitions, we're going to use things that we know. Okay, so one way of doing deductive reasoning is by using the law of detachment. And the law of detachment is very easy. So if you have a true conditional statement, like if you're outside, you will enjoy the sunshine. Okay, that's a true statement. So if you're outside, it would lead to you enjoy the sunshine. I mean, it's just very matter of fact, exactly in the order that it goes, what is happening there. Okay, so let's look at this one. If Alicia scores 85 or greater on her test, she will earn an A on her final grade. She scores an 89 on her test. What can you logically conclude? She will earn an A on her final grade. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It is just straight right in front of you. Bam, it hits you in the face. It's so easy. Okay? She scores an 89, so this has to happen. Okay? All right. If a number is a factor of 8, then it's a factor of 64. 2 is a factor of 8. So what do we know about 2? It's a factor of 64. Straight in front of you, common sense. Okay? That's the law of detachment. The law of syllogism. This is a long one, so I'll give you some time to write it down. The law of syllogism. All right, the law of syllogism. If we have two conditional statements that are both true, and the first thing leads to a second thing, and that second thing is a hypothesis of the second statement, and it leads to a third thing, then we know the first thing must lead to the third thing. So if A leads to B and B leads to C, then A must also lead to C. Okay? So it's a little long, a little complicated, but it's very straightforward. So if x equals 1 and 1 equals a smiley face, then what do we know about x? It equals a smiley face. Okay? Basically, that's what's happening in the law of syllogism. Okay? It's just like the transitive property. Okay? Just like the transitive property, and it's just like the whatever. I forget what it's called. But yeah, very straightforward. So, here we go. If Kenji plays a trumpet, then he plays a brass instrument. If he plays a brass instrument, then he's a member of the marching band. What do we know about Kenji? That if he plays a trumpet, then if Kenji plays a trumpet, then he's a member of the marching band. That's the law of syllogism. Now we're going to combine the law of syllogism and the law of detachment. If you're climbing a mountain at an altitude of 28,500 feet or higher, then you are on the tallest mountain above sea level on Earth. If you're on the tallest mountain above sea level on Earth, then you're on Mount Everest. You're climbing a mountain with an altitude of 29,000 feet. Okay, the law of syllogism is this. If you're on a really high mountain, then you're on the tallest mountain. If you're on the tallest mountain, then you're on Mount Everest. So the law of syllogism says if you're climbing a mountain higher than 28,500, then you're on the Mount Everest. Now you use the law of detachment to figure out where you're at. If you're climbing a mountain at an altitude of 29,000 feet, you must be on Mount Everest. Okay. If you live in Atlanta, then you live in Georgia. If you live in Georgia, then you live in the United States. Amelia lives in Atlanta. What do we know about Amelia? She lives in the United States. That's all I have to teach about this today. You guys can get going on your assignment once I put it out there.